There are plenty of videos about bbno and the controversies he's been involved in or associated with over recent times. This isn't one of those videos. I've been a fan of bbno for what feels like forever, and while it's true that he's had his fair share of headlines outside of the music, that's never been the reason I've kept coming back. Instead, it's been the music itself, the personality behind it, and the strange ability he has to make songs that somehow borrow their way into my brain without even realizing it. On paper, his music shouldn't work as well as it does. The lyrics are ridiculous, the production embraces internet culture, and his entire image is built around not taking himself too seriously. Everything about the project feels chaotic, yet somehow every release is polished enough to leave you humming a hook hours later. It's a combination that is surprisingly rare, music that's goofy without feeling disposable, catchy without feeling manufactured, and humorous without becoming a gimmick. That's what I find so fascinating about bbno. While plenty of artists chase viral success, he's managed to build a unique and interesting catalogue that keeps people coming back long after the memes of him have faded. So rather than revisiting controversies or internet discourse surrounding bbno, I want to explore the music, the creativity, and the qualities that have made him one of the most consistently replayable artists I've listened to over the last 5 years. For years, one of the biggest strengths of bbno has been his consistency. You always knew what you were going to get whenever he released a new track or album. It would be fun, ridiculously catchy, packed with memorable one-liners, and carried by a beat that refused to leave your head. That consistency helped build a loyal fanbase because people knew exactly what they were signing up for every time they hit play. At the same time though, it also created the impression that this was simply the lane he would stay in forever. There were flashes of something deeper every now and then, but they often felt like exceptions rather than a new, genuine direction. That's why his more recent output has been so genuinely refreshing. Instead of abandoning the sound that made him successful, he started weaving it in a level of vulnerability that feels genuine, proving that he's more beneath the surface than many people, including myself at times, probably ever gave him credit for. It's the kind of progression that doesn't immediately jump out to you, but the more you listen, the more obvious it becomes that he's slowly expanding what a bbno song can actually be. Tracks like Diamonds Are Forever and Why Am I Like This feel like the clearest examples of that evolution. They're still unmistakably bbno, but they approach their subject matter with a level of honesty that's noticeably different from the tongue-in-cheek confidence that defines so much of his catalogue. The humour hasn't disappeared, nor has the charismatic lyricism, but there is a stronger emotional core holding everything together. Rather than simply delivering another collection of witty bars and infectious hooks, these songs feel like conversations. They explore insecurity, self-reflection, and the uncertainty that comes with growing older in a way that's surprisingly relatable. It never feels forced either. That's perhaps the most impressive part. These aren't songs that suddenly pretend to be profound because introspection is trendy. They feel like a natural progression for an artist who's becoming more comfortable letting listeners see a different side of him. Even sonically, they carry a different kind of atmosphere, one that gives lyrics room to breathe instead of racing from punchline to punchline. It shows a level of confidence that goes beyond writing another catchy single and instead focuses on writing something that stays with the listener after the music stops. To be fair, this isn't entirely new territory for bbno, because he has shown glimpses on this side before with songs like Meant to Be and Help Herself. Those tracks proved that he was capable of writing about more personal subjects without sacrificing the qualities that makes his music so enjoyable in the first place. Looking back, they almost feel like stepping stones towards where he is now. The difference is that those songs once felt like occasional detours, whereas now they feel like they're becoming part of the journey itself. There's a growing confidence in the way he balances introspection with the playful energy that fans have always loved. He's no longer choosing between making fun music or meaningful music, he's gradually finding ways to do both at the same time. That balance is incredibly difficult to achieve because leaning too far in either direction risks alienating one side of your audience. Yet, bbno seems to understand exactly how much of each element to include, allowing his personality to remain front and center while giving listeners more insight into the person behind the comedy. That is an extremely exciting place for any artist to be because it opens the door to songs that have even greater emotional staying power while remaining just as replayable. More importantly, it makes me genuinely excited about where his career can go from here. Plenty of artists reach a point where they either repeat themselves until the formula grows stale, or reinvent themselves so dramatically that they lose what made them special in the first place. bbno money doesn't seem to be falling into either of those two traps. Instead, he's allowing his music to mature alongside him, expanding his songwriting without abandoning the infectious style that's defined his career from the beginning. If Diamonds Are Forever and Why Am I Like This are any indication of the direction he's heading, then the future looks incredibly promising. He's proving that growth doesn't always require throwing away your identity for the sake of it. Sometimes it's about building upon it. That's arguably the healthiest way for an artist to evolve, because your audience gets to grow with you instead of feeling left behind. Rather than chasing trends or trying to reinvent himself overnight, he's making gradual changes that feel authentic to both his personality and his music. And if he continues blending his signature replayability with an increasingly thoughtful and introspective approach to songwriting, I honestly think his best music may still yet be ahead of him. bbno money is one of those artists who almost seem designed to split opinion. If you don't click with his sense of humor or his laid-back delivery, I completely understand why his music might not do much for you. It isn't trying to be emotionally profound in every track, politically charged, or technically groundbreaking. Instead, it is loud, playful, unapologetically ridiculous, and often feels like the musical equivalent of hanging out with someone who's constantly trying to make their friends laugh. For some people, that's an instant turn-off. They hear the over-the-top lyrics, the intentionally unserious attitude, or the internet-inspired aesthetic and dismiss it as novelty music. That's a perfectly valid reaction, because not every artist is trying to appeal to every single demographic. bbno money has never struck me as someone chasing universal acclaim or attempting to prove himself as one of the greatest lyricists of his generation. His appeal comes from embracing exactly who he is and refusing to compromise that identity. Ironically, that willingness to stay in his own lane is exactly what makes him stand out in a music landscape where so many artists are trying to be everything to everyone. But for the people who do click with his style, there's a good chance you'll find yourself coming back far more often than you ever expected. It starts with one song, perhaps La La La, then another, and before long you're scrolling through his entire Spotify catalog wondering how so many tracks have quietly found their way into your regular rotation. The biggest reason for that is just how effortlessly replayable his music is. bbno money rarely overcomplicates a song, his choruses are concise, the verses are easy to follow, and the production never feels cluttered with unnecessary ideas fighting for your attention. Instead, almost every track is built around one or two memorable hooks that immediately lodge themselves in your head. Before long, you've listened to the same song 5 times in a row without even thinking about it, and then you catch yourself humming it hours later, despite not ever intending to. It is a quality that's surprisingly difficult to manufacture, because catchy music isn't simply about repeating the same line over and over again. Plenty of artists have tried to engineer viral songs through repetition alone, only for those tracks to disappear from people's playlists as quickly as they arrived. bbno money, however, seems to understand exactly how much repetition is enough to make something memorable without becoming irritating. His songs invite you back because they're fun rather than demanding. They're easy to throw on during a drive, while playing games, working out, or simply just relaxing. And that versatility only makes them harder to stop listening to. There's never a feeling that the music is asking for your full, undivided attention, yet somehow it manages to keep earning it anyway. That simplicity shouldn't be mistaken for laziness either. Making something sound effortless is often much harder than making something complicated. There are countless artists who throw together repetitive hooks, hoping they'll become viral hits, but most disappear from your memory within a day or two because there's nothing underneath the surface keeping you invested. bbno money, on the other hand, understands exactly how much is enough. His songs rarely overstay their welcome. They get to the point rather quickly, and they leave before the novelty has a chance to wear off. Every melody, beat, and vocal inflection feels carefully placed to maximize replayability without becoming exhausting, and every song feels like it knows exactly what it wants to be. He doesn't overload tracks with unnecessary beat switches, lengthy bridges, or moments that exist purely to show off his technical ability. Instead, everything serves the same purpose: creating a song that's enjoyable from the first listen, or somehow becoming even more enjoyable by the 10th or 20th. That is a balance many artists spend their entire careers trying to chase. Because writing something simple is easy. Writing something simple that people genuinely want to replay over and over again is an entirely different challenge. It's a quality that reminds me of comfort food. You know exactly what you're going to get every time, and that's exactly why you keep coming back. Whether I'm listening to Edamame, It Boy, 2, or dozens of other songs throughout his catalogue, the experience is consistently fun. I don't press play because I'm expecting to uncover hidden lyrical meanings or hear a revolutionary piece of music that changes the way I think about the world. I press play because I know I'm about to have a great time, and there's something incredibly refreshing about an artist who understands the value of simply just being entertaining. Music doesn't always have to carry an enormous amount of emotional weight or strive to be intellectually complex to justify its existence. Sometimes its only job is to make your day a little bit more enjoyable, to put you in a better mood, or to give you something you'll instinctively replay from the moment it ends. That's where I think bbno excels. His music isn't trying to convince you it's more important than it really is. Instead, it embraces its own identity, leans into its own strengths, and delivers exactly what it promises every single time. For those who do connect with that approach, it's incredibly difficult to stop coming back, and I think that's the hallmark of an artist who understands replayability better than most. Over the years, bbno has become one of the artists I can always come back to, regardless of what else I'm doing or listening to. His music is ridiculously replayable, his personality does shine through every track, and now he's showing a more introspective side without losing the charm that made so many people fans in the first place. It feels like he's growing as both an artist and a songwriter, and if his recent solo releases are anything to go by, there's still plenty more to come. Not every artist needs to reinvent music to leave an impression. Sometimes all they need to do is make songs that put a smile on your face every single time you press play. That's exactly what bbno has done for me, and after what feels like years of listening, I don't see that changing anytime soon. That's why to me bbno truly, really is the It Boy.